4 years ago disappeared when your rotted out dumpster was replaced by a new dumpster. Unfortunately, that's a policy from Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County and the contractor Waste Pro. When you get a new dumpster, it does not come with a lockdown bar. And if you want one, you need to pay the extra $55 and have a new one put on. It seems unfair, but that's their policy.
Well, the dumpsters we have are not new. The ones we had before were in better condition than the ones they replaced us with.
Right. Sometimes you will get a refurbished dumpster, and that's on the contractor, depending on what they have available. But we have no means to give you a lockdown bar. If you want to take that up with the Solid Waste Authority, you can. Otherwise, you can pay $55, and they will put on a new lockdown bar for you.
How do I proceed about getting the lockdown bars at this point?
You just contact Waste Pro, and you could do that through me, or you could use the number that's on the dumpster and simply authorize the payment.
Okay.
And a bill will be sent to your association through your management company.
All right, I have to talk to, doesn't make sense for us to have a lockdown bar and the bars right next to us not having it. So
Yes,
I have to talk to them.
and you're quite right. These raccoons do cooperate with each other. I have seen them lift the lid for their friend and then switch places so they can have breakfast.
All right.
I would like to make a comment, please.
Gee.
We have racehorses and workhorses. The workhorses at Century Village are our volunteers. They are our Clydesdales. Without them, nothing gets done. And I take offense at anybody that marginalizes their efforts. And so if you want to be a workhorse, please join us in that effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. Elaine.
Thank you. Elaine Brown, Sussex L. Two things. We've lost Bob temporarily, but we could have a Century Village GoFundMe. So if people want to exercise their charitable inclinations, Bob could set it up and he could dispense the first amounts to the veterans as he wanted to do. Okay. Next. Have you made a New Year resolution to be more healthy and to stay alive this year, to live longer? I urge you to go to the first planning meeting of the Healthy Diet Club of Century Village. It's cancelled? I've got the notice. I was all ready to go. It was in 3 minutes in classroom C. Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine.
Whenever it is.
I will make a quick comment, because this is about the third request for us to spend other people's money. That's your money and mine, folks. And if you want to make contributions to whatever, please take out your checkbook. But be careful about asking Yuko to spend your monies on something that maybe isn't too well thought out. Sir. Oh, Marcia.
Marcia Zaccardi. I just want to compliment the beautification committee. The Haverhill entrance looks beautiful with the new plants and flowers. And I'm sure they'll do the same thing at the Okeechobee Gate when we get our new sign. Thank you, beautification committee.
Thank you, Marcia. Yes. Who? I don't know you. Who are you?
Hello. I'm by Kingswood section, and I was just wondering about the raccoons. There's quite a few of them here.
Yeah.
They don't seem to really bother anyone, but I was just wondering if there's anything being done about it.
All right. I could flippantly respond. They were here before us. Do not feed the raccoons. Do not let your grandchildren approach the raccoons. Occasionally, they are rabid. We have had hunter and removal events It could be done again, and maybe Donald can come up with some ideas. But there are a lot of raccoons, folks. They're every bit as prolific as an alley cat, and they're not so easy to get rid of. And people kind of get a little sick if they have to actually observe raccoons being killed. They have to be trapped, and they have to be taken somewhere else. The answer is yes. We know it's an issue, but try to leave them alone, and they'll leave you alone.
Thank you.
All right?
Hi.
Sir.
Robert Epner, President Stratford A. I have a little complaint. My wife is handicapped and is confined to a scooter. She cannot get into the clubhouse pool by herself if I'm not there. And they put this stupid locks on, and in order to get into the door, she has to get out of her scooter, which is very difficult, and the door will shut before she can get in. I don't know if there can be something to be changed, but it's impossible to get her. If I'm not around, I like going fishing, and she wants to go visit her friends at the Stratford pool, at the clubhouse pool, she cannot do it by herself.
I'm going to ask you to please bring this to the next meeting of the Operations Committee.
Okay.
What you're in essence calling for is ADA compliance of various facilities.
Well, they put the new gate in, and she can't get in.
It won't stop there. That's my point. You start down the road of ADA compliance, and you're talking about, to ADA compliance, the rec facility would be well into the 6 digits and maybe more. This is going to take a lot of thought, but please, I mean, I am not unappreciative of the problem of the various handicaps that we have. This has got to be a consensus. Please bring it to the Operations Committee. Very important, since you're talking about the rec facility.
Okay.
All right? Now, don't let it drop. I'm not shoving you off the raft here. Come to the Operations Committee meeting with this, please. Yes, Bobby.
I want to remind everybody that next Sunday, January 13th, is our annual volunteer luncheon. Today is the last day to make your reservation. Either see me in the lobby or sign up at the UCO information desk. We have a big party planned, but Brother Jimmy's Barbecue is going to be here again. The meal is going to be terrific. We have professional entertainment coming, so if you are a volunteer, please try to join us. The other thing is, the UCO Reporter, I don't know, I'm the new editor of the UCO Reporter. In the next, perhaps the March and April issues, we're going to be running an ongoing story on Ellis Island and immigration. I invite anybody here in the village, if you have a particularly interesting story about your family's entrance into this country, an incident that happened to you, please send this story into the reporter. We would like to include it when we run this story. And we are also looking, a lot of gentlemen in this audience, we are looking for a football commentator, a hockey commentator, a basketball commentator. I may look like a big sports fan, but I cannot write these stories. If you want them covered in the paper, please come into the office and volunteer to join our staff. Thank you.
Thanks, Bobby. Esther.
Yeah. I would just like to register a protest, a complaint about this rule that you have to walk around with your ID card and you have to walk around with your license or some other form of identification in case of emergency so that they'll know who you are. Well, the last time I checked, wherever I put my ID card, okay, it has my name, it has my picture. I have a medical bracelet. There's no lack of information, and I resent being stopped and asked for it. We had somebody, a friend who's rail thin, doesn't look very threatening, who was in the village near Gulf's Edge, and the security car came zooming up onto the grass and asked her for her ID. Is this Papierenbitte? What kind of place are we turning into?
David?
All right,
I wanna
John.
pay Attention, because I can't get up.
Yeah, I make a motion, we close this meeting.
No, wait a minute, David.
We
David.
have a motion to adjourn.
Wait a minute.
But hold on, we got a speaker here.
I agree with
Joy.
John, but I think that I'd like to ask a very quick question. I was hoping to ask Ed as the head of security. What is the progress on the medical center? Is there any progress at all about the roadside agreement that they were trying to make with the security company? Because it seems to me that none of the doctors are in yet. We had a big story a few months ago, and from what my understanding is, there's only one doctor that's up there.
We're trying to arrange for a sensor to be put on the patient's cars to allow tracking when they come in, and it'll stay on when they go out. We'll know they've left. We're in the middle of negotiating with the owner because whatever we do, they're going to pay all the costs. So we have to have an agreement with his name is Shear, Dana Shear. And when we have some solid information,
A long time.
we'll put it out.
No, thank you.
All right? We have another speaker.
Yes, very briefly. I, too, was interested, as you could see, in a weight loss program.
In a what?
Unfortunately, I was informed that the program was disbanded, I hear, for lack of interest or support.
What
I
program?
tried to contact the person who tried to do this. There was no phone number on the ad.
You're out of order. We closed the meeting.
No,
The meeting's over.
excuse me, you're out of order, you weren't recognized, and the meeting hasn't
All
been
right.
closed. No, it wasn't second.
We
and it wasn't-
have
it
a
wasn't-
motion to
it wasn't
adjourn.
discussed.
Without
You had
further
your turn.
ado,
And if
we
you
are
don't want to
adjourned.
lose weight,
Thank
I
you.
don't know why.